So, welcome to a special episode of Boxing Media Hub. And yeah, with me as always, I've got my favourite piece of furniture, Ender, and I've got the sugar-free, the man that we're
I was
waiting
going
to
to
turn
ask
over.
which piece of furniture would I be, but I better not answer that question.
We've got Luke, sugar-free burn, with his fez hat on, but he's only hiding the light bulb. And yeah, we're going for this one. Fantasy fights, lads. We like these ones. Tony Bellew versus Jai Opetaia. Now, Tony Bellew obviously was a fan favourite. Yeah, I think it's fair to say back in the day, especially with the Evertonians, with the Liverpudlians as a whole, really. And Jai Opetaia, the new kid on the block as far as the UK are concerned, and very much, yeah, he's kind of come out firing, hasn't he?
Mhm.
Some fantastic performances so far. But Tony Bellew, 34 fights, 30 wins, 1 draw, 20 knockouts. Jai Opetaia, 23 fights, 23 wins, 18 knockouts. I've got some breakdown, lads, but yeah, it's kind of one of those. Bellew, the standout fights for me, Makubu, obviously, at Goodison Park, when Bellew got put on his ass in the first round, and everyone thought, oh no, could you imagine this at Goodison Park? And it was almost a punch that turned him into a backwards roll across the floor.
Yeah.
It was a hell of a punch, to be fair. Bellew got up, recovered, a TKO round 3. And he literally plastered him against the ropes, didn't he? He weren't going to let him out.
That was the best punch of his career, 100%.
That was the highlight reel, wasn't it? Almost of Bellew's career.
It was a scary knockout. You just seen Makabu just go limp.
He just dropped.
No,
it was pretty horrific. But what a night. I remember it well, to be fair. BJ Flores, another big fight that goes on his resume, as it were, as a name at the time. And then obviously we had the 2 Hay fights that were very different. Bless Hay, that was pretty horrific, the first one, wasn't it? Torn Achilles, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That
had a lot of bottle that night.
To be fair, I think everyone that turned around and said Hay didn't have the bollocks, should we say, he proved he had the bollocks in that fight. There was no doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
And then obviously Bellew came up Trump's second fight. Brilliant display. TKO round 5. And then Usyk. Now, me and Luke have different views on this one, as I think we've spoken about it before. I turned around and said, well, Bellew boxed very well, but Usyk was just biding his time in the eyes of Luke.
Yeah, I think,
and then picked him apart.
First gear, seen what he had, knew he couldn't keep it up, and just put the pressure on a little bit each round. That's how I saw it.
I'm afraid, sorry, I can't point the other way because I'm holding my phone, but I agree with Luke on this one.
So yeah.
The Irish are ganging up on you, Joel.
Oh, mate. I just thought I'd wear green just in case, just to try and...
Good man.
Yeah, you on and we'll see what he says.
And then Opetaia. I don't know if people know too much about him. If you don't, go onto YouTube, documentary Unbroken, that's come out about Jai Opetaia. Fantastic. It is really well done. And they actually put Breedis in a really good light as well. It wasn't just about Jai. They put it as a whole package. It wasn't
a hero versus villain story, do you know?
Yeah, it was almost hero. It was really well done. And Breedis, what an animal in that fight. Broke Jai's jaw in round 3, and then I think Jai broke Breedis' nose in round 6, and it was just a war It was an all-out war. Incredible scenes. And the last 2 rounds, 11 and 12, were just toe-to-toe, you know, as Ender loves, phone box boxing, where they just stood there and smashed each other and gave everything. And it was brilliant. His coming-of-age fight for Opetaia. Obviously, he had the injuries after that to come over. Then he came up against Jordan Thompson. No offense, we got levels, and Opetaia was just superb. You know, Ender's nodding. We looked at it, and it was just brilliant, wasn't it? It was brilliant.
It was ridiculously one-sided, but we had flagged that before, you know.
Yeah. Down in the third and the fourth prior to the stoppage. So, lads, kind of an outline of both fighters. There's obviously more to their careers, but they're kind of the highlights, should we say. Bellew versus Opetaia. Who wants to go first? You can give the attributes of each fighter, do however you like.
I think we let Luke. Sorry, I'm pointing the wrong way. We let Luke go first.
Yeah, sure. I think Jai Opetaia wins by KO, around 7 or 8. He's already in literally one world level fight, beating a better fighter than Bellew ever has in Maris Paredes. Like Bellew was at his best at cruiserweight, we can say. I think that's a fair assessment. Yep. But yeah, look, his wins against Makabu was an unknown quantity at the time, a puncher, a southpaw, but nothing much else in regards to skills. You look at Jai Opetaia, he's just mixed it with Paredes and beaten well. And then with Thompson coming off a long layoff, he didn't play with his food. He got Thompson out of there. He knew that's what he was supposed to be doing. And every punch from Jai Opetaia seems like it's a heavy shot, no matter what it is. I think Bellew had underrated boxing ability, for sure. People see him as a bit of a slugger, as a bit of a KO artist, but I think he's more of a boxer, especially once he got with Dave Coldwell. He showed that against David Haye. He showed, especially in the rematch with David Haye, he had a lot of boxing ability. And even against Usyk, you know, in the first couple of rounds, he tried to move around and fiddle about a bit and try and make Usyk look a bit silly. And of course, I do think Usyk was in first gear, but Bellew still was able to perform, you know. And
he actually boxed well, I thought. Yeah, he actually boxed rather than knowing he was going to go straight into a trap. He tried to make a trap almost.
He tried to make it as hard as possible for Usyk. But yeah, I just think Opetaia is too good, too strong, too fresh, and too skilled for Bellew. I think he gets him out of there. Like, if you think what Adonis Stevenson did to Bellew, now take the weight drain out of the equation, Bellew can still get sparked at cruiserweight, as we saw versus Usyk. And I think Opetaia knocks him out 7 or 8, maybe 9 max, but that'd be my prediction.
Yeah. I'm surprised. Ender?
Yeah, I'd say you're shocked, all right. I agree. I just agree with everything Luke said here. I mean, yeah, when you said Adonis, I thought you were going to say Adonis Creed, but
that was a good fight too.
It was probably one of his best, in fact, you know. And it was. I actually don't know if that's on BoxRec. He probably petitioned to get it on BoxRec.
He won't want to rematch, John. He got knocked out with a body shot in that one.
Yeah, he doesn't want that one on BoxRec.
But it was the first one not a win for him.
He did win the first one, but he lost the second one.
Oh yeah, but I'm not talking about the second one. I'm talking about the first one. Tony Bellew was very selective. Like, you know, the first one was legitimate, the second one wasn't. Yeah. But like that. I mean, Jai Opetaia, I just think he's a different animal, with the emphasis on the word animal here, because he is vicious. You know, the Tasmanian devil. Like, we've seen it. Like, and he doesn't take prisoners, and he doesn't play with his food as kind of Usyk. We think he was, you know, but Usyk's a stylish boxer, whereas Opetaia is a lethal animal. You know, he's a finisher. He does not play with his food. In fact, he gets down there and kills his prey and then eats it, you know, while it's fresh. So yeah, I agree with Luke completely here. I think Bellew doesn't like pressure fights. And I think he's just going to be under pressure from round 1 with Opetaia. Opetaia is just going to give him no mercy, no respite. And I think Opetaia could even get him out earlier than what Luke said because of just the intense pressure that he's going to go for.
Yeah.
And I just think, I mean, like, God knows what Bellew will come up with after the fact, but I just think he's going to be far too much and far too physical for Bellew. And I can see him getting him out there within 6, probably round 6, and just a vicious beatdown over the course of the 6 rounds. Bellew will, try to stay with it for the first few, but it'll just become relentless, like we saw against Breedis. And Bellew is no Breedis. So that's why I think Opetaia will get this done, and probably early if he's relentless enough. That's it for me.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm with you, lads, and I have to say, Opetaia, just like Luke was saying, every punch that he throws lands. It's not just punt. He doesn't just throw shots. He throws calculated shots.
He's a
and
sharp
they're powerful.
And they're power shots. Like, I don't believe he knows what a jab is. Everything's a power shot.
The shots on Thompson, and I know we're talking levels here, don't get me wrong, but you can only fight the guy in front of you. But the shots that Thompson got, he looked hurt. He nearly took him in round 1. There were some big shots going in. And like Ender was saying, the pressure, it's the pressure fighting. He doesn't mess around. If he can take you out, if he sees the opportunity to take you, he'll take you. But he loves to break a fighter down. And he's got great shot selection. And that's nothing on Tony Bellew, because I loved watching Tony Bellew. I was a Bellew fan. But Jai Opetaia, just for me, I think he clears the division. I think he'll clear up. I think, the talk of potentially, I know Chris Billam-Smith has just announced he's got a fight, Ender popped it over, thank you, Ender, in December. But I just think...
And then he's got the rematch after that.
I just think Opetaia against Billam-Smith, for me, there's only one winner in that as well.
I don't think Billam-Smith's people will go near Opetaia.
I think he's just... That's going to be a cracker for me. But Opetaia at the moment, I'm the same as you guys. I think he breaks Bellew down, as Bellew was tougher than Thompson. Don't get me wrong. So I think you are looking 6-9. I think, but just with the brute power and the relentlessness and speed. That guy's got serious speed.
Like, with respect to Bellew, his greatest weapon is also the greatest downfall of a southpaw, which is the left hook.
Yeah, he's bomber for no reason, is he?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
He's always in with a shot, but Opetaia showed us against Breedis as well. He's got a chin, and he's that broken jaw is no joke. And he fought on.
He said it was hanging off, and in round. Sorry, let the cat out. He in round 10 said he spoke to the corner, and they turned around and said, "What's going on?" And he just said, "It's broken." But I didn't want to alarm anyone. Yeah, it was kind of along those lines. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want people to get.
Well, I mean, if the doctor had come over, it'd have been out.
That's what I mean.
You can give Bellew a puncher's chance if you want, but I don't believe he has one.
Because Opetaia will take that punch is really, I think.
That's my beliefs. I don't even think Bellew has a puncher's chance in this one. I think he's totally outmatched.
But let us know in the comments.
Yeah, are we completely overwriting Bellew?
Let us know. I'm intrigued. Tony Bellew versus Jai Opetaia. We've all gone Jai Opetaia by stoppage. So let us know in the comments. Hit the subscribe button as well. Check out the rest of the content. But I'm intrigued. Let us know how you see this fight going. Ender and Luke, as always, thank you very much for joining me. And we will see you shortly for another one. Have some of this.
Have it.